Hey, welcome back, Lacey. I was out here in the hammock, as you can see, reading a book called I Dare You, and it's by an author, William H. Danforth. Never heard of him. Not sure I know too much about the guy other than he wrote a really good book, and as you can see, it's a pretty thin book, smaller size. It's a quick read, but it kind of inspired me to just to take some chances in a positive way, and to kind of look at the perspective of stepping out of my comfort zone and just taking chances that are constructive and that are healthy. And so I thought, man, well, why not share this with you, and maybe share some fresh thoughts that I'm having come from it. I've been hanging out in my backyard, and I'm looking around right now. We built a fire pit the other night, and I'll kind of turn the camera around for you so you can see. But this is my backyard, me and Catherine's backyard actually, and there's a fire pit. We were hanging out with her and her sister Izzy, and Izzy's husband Matt, and Catherine's mom and dad, and they have a dog named Hero, and he's pretty wild. He's a cool dog. I think he got into something and ate something he shouldn't have, because he went home that night and was throwing up, but he's a lot better now. He's only a year old, and this dog bounces back. So yeah, so just another little turnaround there. That's our little house. It's a tiny little house, and you've seen the front of it in the yard, and this is the hammock that I'm hanging out on, and I'm under the trees, and as you can see, there's a big canopy of trees behind me. I kind of enjoy coming out here sometime. Part of moving in here came with the hammock, and me and Catherine never had a hammock before. I didn't have one at my apartment, and she's never had one at hers, and so it was really cool to sometimes come out here and just sit under the trees and take a nap, or read, or think, or study, or do different things. But today I chose to read that book called I Dare You. And so yeah, so this author, he specifically speaks to youth or younger people, and I think he was a young man himself around World War II, and so now he's older, and I'm not even sure if he's alive anymore or not. But this book, it sold millions and millions of copies. Never heard of it until I was at work and someone donated it, and they said, hey, you should read this book. So I did, but it says I dare you, and it says I dare you to try to better yourself, or I dare you to be kind to somebody, or I dare you to take the next step, or I dare you to overcome your fear. And I think that's pretty awesome, because usually when somebody dares you to do something, it's like I dare you to jump out of that tree, or I dare you to go pull that prank on somebody. And so this author takes it to another level, and in a positive way, and so it really spoke to me. I'm going through a season now where I've got a lot of ideas and a lot of dreams that I'm working on, and I'm just kind of chewing on them, and I'm thinking, and I'm pondering, and like the Bible says, Mary was told about Jesus before he was born, and when she was pregnant, it says that she had treasured up these things about Jesus in her heart, about her son that was going to one day be born, and she pondered on them. And God's kind of put some ideas in my life and in my heart right now, where I'm treasuring them up, and I'm pondering on them. And before I ever created your website, iloveyoulaceyjoe.com, or before I ever created this YouTube site for you, I treasured those ideas in my heart, and I pondered on them, and I thought about them, and I thought of all the different aspects of why I was building them, or what they were going to look like when I built them, and I really wanted to have a good idea. But you can have ideas, and you can have thoughts, and you can have imaginations, and you can have dreams all day long, but they will never come to pass if you never take the steps in real life to make them happen. And so sometimes things get in the way, like fear, or maybe we're worried what other people are going to think, or maybe we don't think that we're smart enough, or we don't think that we have the right tools, or we don't think that we're capable of making our dreams come true or things. And perhaps when we're first developing, you know, our ideas and our dreams, perhaps we're not capable. But that's what's awesome about growing a dream inside of you, and growing an idea inside of you, and growing a thought inside of you that's positive, is that you can grow and take your time, and you can get around other people that can encourage you and build you up and lift you up. And when you have this idea, or you have this dream in your heart, and you want to create something out of it, and you want to really take the next steps, you have a community of people that can actually bounce their ideas off of you, and you can bounce your ideas off of them, and you know, you can make really good decisions, or better decisions than you could make on your own potentially. But this book talks about many people go to their graves with their dreams inside of them, and there's a whole wealth of knowledge, and there's a whole world inside of them, inside their heart, that they never shared with the world because they were either too fearful, or somebody talked them out of it. And so this book really inspired me in a positive way. But back to your site, you know, Lacey, there was probably about 4 months or more where I really thought and pondered on, you know, what will this site look like? And I just kept saying in my head, I love you, Lacey Joe. I love you, Lacey Joe. And finally, I just thought, well, what if we call it iloveyoulaceyjoe.com? And the idea developed to just write letters to you, and to just speak to you from my heart, and make a platform that I was able to express myself to you, and that you were invited to any time you wanted to come to. And then obviously the YouTube side of things developed later on, most recently, you know, within the last month or so. But it was in my heart, it was inside of me long before I did anything about it. And I also had people like Catherine, you know, who encouraged me, and other friends who encouraged me and said, hey, maybe you should go forth with that. Maybe that'd be a really good thing, you know. And God comes along and He encourages us, and that's really awesome too, because you get to actually slow yourself down, and you get to talk and to God through prayer, and sometimes you read things and you read books, and God speaks to you through your books, or He speaks to you through people and experiences, and He speaks to you through literal dreams when you're asleep at night, or literal daydreams when you're just sitting in a hammock like I am and looking around your backyard and an idea comes to mind. But you know, I thought today in this video that I would just share with you this book that I'm reading. I Dare You is what it's called, like I said. And so if I could dare you to do anything, Lacey, I would dare you to love more, and I would dare you to dream more, and I would dare you to treasure up more good things in your heart and ponder on them more. And I think that'd be a good dare, and I dare myself to do those things too. And I give people in my life, friends in my life, permission to dare me to do those things also. And pretty soon it becomes fun, because you know, someone walks up to you and they're like, hey Jake, I have a dare for you. And you're like, oh really? Okay, well what is it? And they're like, I dare you to go home and make your wife dinner and let her relax for the evening. And you're like, who would have thought somebody would dare me to do that? But it's so positive. Where I dare you to you know, I dare you to just do something that you normally wouldn't do in a positive way, whatever that may be. And so yeah, well, the sun's coming down, and it's a gorgeous fall day. I just came back for a walk, so I'm going to read another chapter or two of this book. But while I was out here, I thought I would say hi to you, and just let you know how much I love you. And I just hope you're having a wonderful week, Lacey. I hope that you're enjoying the fall crisp air, and I hope you're enjoying the leaves fall on the ground, and the colors that the canopies of the trees are changing. I hope you're enjoying all of that. And as always, I just like to end on letting you know that love built a way, love always builds a way. And until next time, take care. I love you, kiddo.